Welcome to the V. Lenore Show. Here, we will discuss lifestyle, beauty, celebrity gossip, and current events in our own way, my way, V style. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, happy Friday, everybody. Hello, lovers. How are you today? Welcome to the V. Lenore Show, and I'm your girl, your host, V. Lenore. Hope you guys are doing well. It's Friday. Let's see, October 4th, 2024. And we made it, y'all. We made it through the week. We did that. Okay, let me see who's here. Let's see who's here. Hey, Just Ask Shar. I got questions. How you doing? Hey, Justin's mom. Hey, Mississippi Shell in the ATL. Hey, Leo Lady 251. Hey, 504. Shut up, 504. Hi, 504. We ain't even started yet. And you talking about the thumbnail. Ain't you wrong? Anywho, hi, my name is That Girl. How are you? Hi, Andrea. Hi, Nola Brown. Hey, Casino Lady. Hey, Chick-fil-A gal. How you doing? Hey, Love the Shop. Hello. Hey, Kim Lewis. Linda Gibbs. Obsessed with the mess. Obsessed with the mess. I thought about you earlier today. Don't give me no hard time tonight. Okay, I thought about you earlier because I know I need to get on top of those emojis. I'm going to get on those members only emojis. Okay, I'm working on them. Okay, I promise. I'm going to do it. Hey, Jackie. Hey, one Jennifer. Hey, Nesto Shackle Shuffle. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walk of Shame. Hi. How are you? Hey, LRG, Simply Silver, it's the Rock, CB, Miss I See You Too, Unbothered Silence, hello, Adores, hello, hey, Tam Tam, Busy Bee, Less Smiles, T. Trisha, hi, T. Trisha, long time no see, hey, Black Lady Love, hey, the woman he chose, yes, hey, the real VB, Kenna 14, Noli, your girl. How you doing? Hey, Juju. All right, y'all. All right. Hey, under new management. How are you? Actually, you know what? Yeah, okay. You know what? I should have gone live on that other channel too while you're fooling. Shut up, 504. Shut up. I guess maybe that is my name. Okay. Maybe I need to go ahead and claim that. Okay. Just claim it because it's a mess. Hey, LA. How you doing? Hey, Green Waters. Oh, hi, Aquarius Bay. Hey, Shelly C. Oh, already. LRG V. Why didn't you tell us Jerron's twin brother is Daryl? Y'all are messy as hell. LRG paid $10 to tell y'all that she thinks Jerron looks like Daryl Brooks. For those of you who don't know who Daryl Brooks is, trust me, you might want to go just Google Daryl Brooks. Okay. And then read all about him. In fact, click on a YouTube video of him in the courtroom. And watch like 5 minutes. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Thank you, LRG. honey say that. Hey. Okay, y'all. All right. Hey, Miss Buckeye 99. Hey, Siri Colette. All right, y'all. Let me move on. Okay. Hey, Clutchy My Pearls. Okay. All right. So to Siri. Hey, Siri.
I'm here.
Stop.
There's nothing to stop here. Check if the device.
It's okay, Siri. Stop. No. Hi, Fedora. Do y'all realize that two different Siri on two different devices was? I'm scared to say her name. What just happened? What the hell? I know. I ain't gonna say their name. I know. Shh. We is doing a show. Anywho, all right. Look, we have an update. Okay. There may be a few of you who may not be familiar with who we are going to be talking about tonight. But then again, there's 2 million of you that probably do know. Okay. Now, obviously, 2 million people aren't over here on my little channel of my little show. But he has nearly 2 million subscribers on Facebook and nearly 200,000 subscribers on Facebook. I don't know how many thousands on Instagram. I don't know. But Mr. Jerron Hurtt is the father of 2 adorable little twins named the Hurtt twins. Okay, so his name is Jerron Hurtt, and his twin boys are Jerron Jr. and Josh. And they have multiple channels, and they have become a social media sensation since, I want to say, 2020, I believe, is when he says that they started their channel initially. Okay, now I mentioned, because I actually had the opportunity to interview Jerron Hurtt a few weeks back, maybe about 3 weeks or so ago, right? And when he came on to the show, the reason why I invited him was because now I've been subscribed to his channel, for a couple years at least. And the little boys are so adorable. I follow a lot of family channels. I love babies. And my favorite things to watch on social media are babies, animals, and maybe some dancing. Okay. So if I'm like on TikTok, if I'm on Instagram, Facebook, wherever I am, even on YouTube, I like watching those types of channels. And so I followed them because they are so freaking adorable. And if you saw the thumbnail for this video, I have the twins on the thumbnail. Okay. Because they became very popular. So about a couple months ago is when I realized, maybe 2-3 months ago, when I realized that Jerron was going live on Instagram. I want to say it was on Instagram is where I was noticing that he was going live, and he started to share the story of the fact that his sons had been removed from his home. Now, and let me clarify this too. He was a single father. Part of the whole draw to the channel is here's a single father. He's been raising these babies. He's had them all their lives. He's been in their life. And I never see, when I started watching them, I didn't know anything about their mother. I didn't even know that the mother had been a part or had even been mentioned at any point when the channels or when they started on social media. So I was under them. I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know if the woman was deceased. I didn't know what the situation was. But it didn't matter. It was still endearing to see a father raising his boys, and he was doing it alone. And it was just cute. They were so adorable. Now, a few months ago, like I said, he started going live and he was telling people that the boys had been removed from his home and had been placed with their mother. So then that was the first time I was like, oh, wait, so the mother is around? So I wasn't clear on what transpired. And then, I watched a few of his lives when he would come out. He would be very emotional and he would be pleading with his audience and he'd cry and he would, say, write your politicians, write the judges, write, I don't know, child support. I don't know, the children's services. He was saying, whatever y'all can do, please, 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 write somebody. Okay. So that's what he said. So fine. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I mentioned that I'll get back to that. So anywho, so he was trying to plead with people to contact anybody that we thought, could help him. He was asking for donations too, because he's paying for these attorneys' fees to fight his case, to get custody back. And I wasn't really clear on why the kids were, what they were suggesting was the reason why they would be removed from his home. Now, again, I haven't had any real dealings with CPS, but I have had to call to report someone to CPS. I have also talked to people who work for CPS. And from my understanding and my knowledge, my experience is that they never really want to uproot a child who, especially a child that's happy and healthy. They never want to just uproot kids out of their home. Now, what I was hearing him say was because he was a father is why they uprooted them out of the home. Now, the boys are 6 years old now, and they've lived with him their entire life, right? But all of a sudden, they want to uproot him or uproot those babies. And that makes absolutely no sense to me, because why would they do that? If the children are being well taken care of, they're loved, they're doing well in school, they're healthy, they appear to be safe, why on earth would they uproot those babies? So he says during our interview, he told me that the reason why they were saying that they removed the kids is due to exploitation, that the courts had determined that the babies were being exploited by the father, and they removed the kids. And he thought it was unfair, and he thought it was some sort of a conspiracy, if you will, that child support is going out of their way to take kids out of homes only so that they could collect child support. They want to rip kids from their father's homes. And I personally mentioned that I know a couple of men in particular, two of which I dated, who raised their kids alone. And they were never snatched out of their home. Okay. Never, ever, not never. One was raising a boy and one was raising a girl. And they raised those kids all of their life. So it makes no sense to me that all of a sudden they targeted him and they wanted to pull those kids out of the home so that the government could get money from him to pay the mother. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay. Now, I knew that one thing for sure is that if those kids weren't being abused or there wasn't more to that situation, they were going to do whatever they could to help a father keep his kids in the home. They don't want to uproot the kids, whether it's with a husband, a father or a mother. And yes, sure, mothers typically do win in a custody battle. Sure, but these kids had been with him the entire time. Now, it wasn't until he came on here and interviewed with me was when I found out that the mother had been there. Well, I shouldn't say I found out right before he came onto the show. I found out that the mother did live with them at one point, and when those kids were a year and a half, she left the home. Okay. Now, I didn't know why. Not at that point, I didn't know why. He says that she just didn't want to be a mother. Now, that is really where he left us with, that she didn't want to be a mother. She just, I don't know. She just didn't want to be a mother, I guess. That's the way he made it sound. But then I received information that said, well, actually, she was kicked out of the home. That she was kicked out of the home at 4 a.m., right? So when I told him that right before, when I advertised that I was going to do this interview, someone sent me an email and made it very clear that the mother has stated that she was kicked out of that home at 4 a.m. all because she said she wanted to get a job and he didn't want her to work. So he kicked her out and her 7-year-old son out. Now, at the time, again, at this point, she has 3 children. She's living with him. The oldest child is not Jerron's child. The oldest child is from a previous relationship. And when he got into it with her and he stated that he didn't want her to work, and she was insistent that she wanted to work, she says he kicked her out and her oldest son out. So when I asked him about that, he says that he never kicked her out. And he says that when she left, it wasn't 4 a.m., it was 11 p.m. And I said, so, okay, let's say it wasn't 4 a.m. Let's say it is 11 p.m. She has a 7-year-old son. Why does this woman feel the need, feel such urgency to leave out of that house at 11 p.m. with a 7-year-old boy? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. Under new management, well, now under new management is saying, I heard she got on DRUGS. Now, mind you, by the way, I am currently streaming to both YouTube and Facebook. If you are watching on Facebook, I apologize. The YouTube community, they often get my attention. Okay, they do. So I apologize. I'm going to try to pay better attention to what's going on with the Facebook family. Okay. But no matter where you are watching, if you wouldn't mind, please hit the like button. Thank you to get me in the algorithm. Okay. Because my little channel needs all the help it can get. Yeah. You see, my little channel needs all the help I can get. Now, let me say this. Under new management said, I heard she got on DRUGS. And I'm saying that because YouTube doesn't like certain words stated. So if you hear me say things like unalive or DRUGS or pow pow, think about the thing that goes pow pow. Okay. Those types of words we can't really say. So Facebook, excuse me, that's what's going on here. Okay. Now, under new management says she heard that about the mother. Well, guess what? I heard it was the other way around. And we'll get into that. Okay. So it might be it might be that you heard something about drugs, but allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly because I haven't seen the court records, but from my understanding, the court records, the ones he wanted me so badly to go look at, he wanted me to drive to Baltimore to go to the courthouse and request those. He wanted me to go there so I could get the transcripts. Well, they say over there in them transcripts that there were a couple of failed DRUGS tests, allegedly. Okay. Now that's what they had said. All right. So, what you say? Hey, Prominent Woman. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see. I'm not really looking at everything. Chick-fil-A girl said, I never had that option. I'll take the don't want me to work for fun. But you know what? I have been in that situation. And I brought that up where I was married and my husband said he didn't want me to work. And that sounded all cool at first. Okay. But you're not going to boss me around and boss this money around and we ain't doing that. We can't play that game. Okay. And I could see that being one of the reasons why this woman probably felt the need that she wanted to work. He also said on the show that things got tight financially for them for a minute. So it was going to help. She thought, she could contribute, but she probably wanted some independence too. Right? Nevertheless, he disapproved allegedly. And because he disapproved, he kicked her out. That's what she said. All right. Now, I want us to kind of look at a few things because he went live the other day. And I'm trying to remember something. I want to double check something real quick. I meant to look this up earlier because I want to check. Was it? No, not then. Wednesday. So that was 2 days ago. Okay. So I guess now I will say this too. After I interviewed with him, I received more information via email of people letting me know that he wasn't completely honest with me when he came on for our interview. And that actually what he had told us was the kids had been removed from his home and he went from having them full time, all right, to only being allowed to see them 1 day a week for 1 hour out of that day supervised. Now, I said, that there's more to this story. They are not requiring that these kids be removed and that you can't even see them but 1 day a week for 1 hour, and you can't even do that alone. What are they afraid is going to happen? I didn't understand it. And I knew that it didn't sound right. And as I mentioned before, because of, having conversations in the past about how CPS works, they don't just snatch kids out of homes like that for no reason. They just don't. So when he says, they think I'm exploiting them and I'm not, and this, that, and the other. See, here's another thing he played around with. When he came over here, he said that they were removed due to exploitation. And I said, because you had a social media account or because they were out there too much or what have you. And he said, yeah, I guess, or whatever. He said that when CPS came to his home, they saw he had a Range Rover, and that was at the point when they decided he was exploiting the kids. I said, what? That didn't sound right. And I'm sure that's not what happened. Okay. Just a mess. Hold on one second. Y'all, I'm looking. What you say, Problem Woman? Mr. Hurt has been all through these YouTube streets with those can't fall from the eyes tears telling the same story. He's always about to cry. And I'm sure that pulls at people's heartstrings because those boys pull at heartstrings, right? So, nevertheless, they removed him. He was only able to see him for an hour. But when he left this show, he said that things were going to change, that his visitation right is about to change, and it did. Because right after he left, they told me he failed to tell you that he's no longer going to be able to see his kids at all. That now he has no privileges. He can't see them. I guess he's not talking to them. And that's that. Now, I want to play something that he just put up a couple days ago. And a live reaction. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. Hold on, I want to read some of these messages first. You guys, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Please share this video if you can, because my little channel, there's a reason why I keep saying that. We're going to get to it. Actually, let's get to that now. Forget that. Let's get to why I keep saying what I keep saying. All right? Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. So I continue to receive, and before I even show you my correspondence with this man the other day, I want to show you what I'm referring to, because after our interview, a lot of comments started flooding in under the video. I would say the majority of them had the same questions that I was asking, right? Because he got in his fifis a little bit towards the end of our interview, because I was asking questions because what he was saying, just there were too many gaps in the story. Because he came on, let's be clear, he came on because he's trying to garner support. He wants people to write letters so he can get the boys back, and he's asking for money, right? He says he spent $100,000 on this custody battle. Now, I know a lot of people have fought for custody, child. I didn't know it cost $100,000 for it, but he said he spent $100,000 on that. So he's asking for that. Oh, the other thing is the courts told him to take all the videos down of the kids. So my understanding from what I now know with what he shared and the things that I've learned since then, it sounds to me that if he had taken the videos down, and maybe if he had agreed to not continue to put the kids on social media like this and make this his only income, because at the end of the day, he wasn't working. This was all he was doing, was putting the videos of the kids up. And after a while, if you started watching it, you could see that a lot of the scenarios were sort of scripted, if you will. I mean, these are babies, but I still feel like they were coached on how to behave in these videos and that sort of thing. And that was all he was doing. He was just producing these videos, and they're completely living off of the income that the boys bring in. And from my understanding, he moved 3 different times, I believe, into bigger homes over the past 4 years. And many believe that part of the reason why he was pushing so hard to get the kids back, allegedly, okay, because look, all this is alleged. And this is just my opinion based on what I have come to know, based on my own conversations with this man. But let's be very clear, this is all alleged, okay? It's just my opinion, all right? My thought is, well, why won't you just take the videos down, get a job, and then work with the mother to split your time? Because for a while they were doing 50-50. Now, after that interview, I also learned that allegedly he was keeping the mother away from the kids, that the kids were rarely seeing their mother. He said they were only seeing her once a month, but allegedly the mother says that he's been keeping the kids from her. He came on here speaking really ill of her, I felt, even though he kept saying he didn't want to say anything bad about her. But he told us about her love life, about her being abused by her boyfriends before him and after him. He talked about she doesn't have a driver's license, she doesn't have an education. I mean, you name it. And she left her kids in the middle of the night. And he said, well, would you ever do that? And I said, I don't know, because it depends on the circumstances. Why did that woman feel she needed to leave at 11 o'clock at night with a 7-year-old? I'm like, and at this time, these twins are 1.5 years. After that happened, they said he just was not accommodating to her when she would make comments under the videos. Anytime she would say anything under them, even if it was positive, her comments would get deleted. So it was believed that he was playing up to his audience. He was playing to the audience and making it seem as if he was doing all this by himself, and that the mother wasn't involved, didn't want to be involved. And that's what the issue was. And that's why she left. And so because of all that, he's doing it all by himself. So fast forward, now that I have all this new information, because they also said that he refused to get a job and that he refused to take those videos down, even once the courts told him that he needed to. And maybe that's why he lost his privileges, because they wanted him to be supervised to ensure that he's not trying to just use them as content. Now, I know we content creators, but them babies, do they have a choice? Shoot, in real life, child actors, they can't even work but so many hours a day. There's only so much they can do, and you can't spend all their money up. A mother cannot be a momager to the child, and all of their income is just solely going directly to their expenses. Like, they want to see money go into a savings or something like that. Like, you just can't do that. But if your child is on YouTube or Facebook, you might be able to get away with that until somebody says something. Hey, the Tea Lounge. So, what'd you say, Prominent Woman? Mr. Hurtt talked about the mother's boyfriend, but never mentioned all the aunties, as the twins would say. Yes. So from what I understand, he really plays up to those women in the chat. And those women jump in and send money and help out. And, that's what he's playing to. So now, in hindsight, seeing all these videos and he's looking like he's crying, but he's not really crying, that was very telling. And then I learned allegedly, that he did not pass multiple drug tests. See, I slipped that word in there. So pretend like y'all didn't hear it. Okay. That there were multiple tests that he did not pass. So I'm thinking all of these things are the reason why they took those boys out. Like the fact that they won't even trust him with his own kids alone, and that he could only see him once a week, and that he could only see him for an hour of that day, and that of that hour he had to be supervised. That's very, very telling. Okay. Very telling. So let me start with my correspondence with him the other day, because this is what I was gonna bring to your attention. So let me share my screen. So I mentioned to him, so I reached out to him a couple days ago, when I noticed that evidently he must be telling folks now that the kids have been removed, to the extent that he can't even see them at all now, right? So I told him, wait a minute, hold on, before I do that. Diva Tomboyish. Hi, Diva. How are you, honey? Hi, it's good to see you. Hey, know your own worth. Hello. Hey, Diva Tomboyish. Thank you for coming over. Smooches to you. Okay. So, what was I about to say? Oh, so when I reached out to him the other day, I said, look, I said, there have been a lot of comments under our interview video, and people have shared a lot of details that we never discussed when you were here, or, that he never mentioned, right? So I'm going to share my screen real quick so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. So under here, I have a bunch of comments. Okay. There's like 300 comments down here. Like here's one. Let me see. Can I even? Oh, it was edited. Hold on. Let's read, see what's going on here. Okay, so it says he has done many interviews, mostly trying to garner sympathy and tell his sad story so people can donate. The other interviews just let him talk and didn't ask any challenging questions to get to the facts. Hats off to this lady for coming at him with real uncomfortable questions and challenging his story and forcing him to tell it all. He didn't tell it all though. But thank you, Miss Deb. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, he didn't tell it all. That's the problem. There were so many. I wanted to find somewhat. There's a few that has some tea in it, like real tea. I was like, wait, what? So it says, this is Miss Tawana X says, first sign of guilt. I went through so many lawyers. Second sign of guilt, you trying to create drama for your show. Because he did say that. He said, oh, you just want the gossip. No, I want the truth. Because if you sit here and you want people to support you and help you get some kids back, we need to understand why the kids were taken out. It's not enough to just say, hey, you saw us on video. I'm a great father. Didn't you see me on my channel? That doesn't tell me that you're a great father. That tells me that you're great with editing, possibly, that you pick and choose the best content to put out here, possibly, but it doesn't make it clear to me that you are definitely a great father, because I don't know what else is going on. Your videos are like 10 minutes long. What's happening the other 24 hours or 23 hours a day? What else is happening? So, anywho. So he said that And she said, no, sir. Your ex said that, not V. Third sign of guilt. My mom was our neighbor. My cousin was down the street. My uncle was across the street. And my best friend was our gardener. All I heard was he took this woman to a secluded area surrounded by his family. She had no one. Plus, he looked down on her like he was better than her. This man sat there and bashed his baby mama for 20 minutes. But when you ask a question, it's, I don't want to talk bad about her. The sad thing is, he doesn't see it. So he thinks he is right. No, I think he sees it, he knows it, and he knows he ain't right. But it doesn't stop someone from wanting what they want, especially if they're not wanting it for the betterment of the kids. See, if he really cared, in my opinion, if he really cared about the kids, he'd come off social media. He would work with the mother to ensure that the boys had both of them in their life, not just him and not just her. But it sounds like he left this decision in the hands of the courts and her, because he didn't want to do anything other than be on social media with these kids. Now that's what I think. Okay. What else? There were a few, child, but there's a couple that had like real tea, y'all. Okay. Here's one. He is a liar. The boy's mother's name is April, and I'm only saying her name because her name has been stated. He's done a couple of news interviews, so they've said the mother's name on the news interview, so it's public information. So I have no desire to dox the lady. I have reached out to her. She does not desire to be interviewed. She doesn't want to be on social media. She cares more about her kids. She's not trying to do any of that. Okay. And she understands. She's happy people support her and are seeing things for what it is, or seeing a different side. Maybe that's the best way for me to put it, because I wasn't there, so I don't know what actually happened, what didn't happen. But I know when something doesn't sound right. I got good common sense. So here's some tea, y'all. She was on social media a couple of years ago, and she said he put her and her oldest son out in the snow. Now, let me say this too. I believe they live in Detroit. No, they live in Maryland. They live in Maryland. So it gets cold in Maryland. It snows in Maryland. Okay. Says that put her and her son out in the snow in the middle of the night. He used the boys for his own gain. He got a Range Rover, a new home, clothes, money, and for online gambling. See what I'm saying? This is all allegedly. You see this sign down here? You see this right here? Right here? Down there? Y'all see that? It says allegedly. Okay. Let me allow y'all to see this a little bit better. I'm gonna come off the screen for a minute. Okay, that way you guys can see as much as possible. So he got a Range Rover, a new home, clothes, money for online gambling, and money for attorney's fees to fight her in court. He was court ordered to take the boys off of social media, and he still kept recording them because he wanted money from the virtual aunties. It's a whole page dedicated to him and his scamming ways on Facebook. Now, I want to find that page, child, because I ain't see that page. But if anybody within the sound of my voice knows where that page is, please DM me right now. Hold on. I'm trying to think. Yeah. You can send me an IG message right now. Okay. And we will go over there and look at it because I want to understand. Tell me where this page is at. Send me the link, okay, if you find it. Now, back to this. Uh, okay, yep, that was that. Now, that was one. Now, there's more down here somewhere else. Nope, not that one. I mean, people have strong opinions. And I think, oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. So this says, great interview. New to the channel. So many red flags here. Everyone knows that to have both parents in their children's life is a huge plus. They do well from it in most cases. But as I looked at this case, there were red flags. The courts found in April's favor. She had those receipts. And she never ever gets on YouTube to bash him. She refused to engage him. Right move, April. I do not know who was counseling Mr. Hurtt or if he chose not to listen. Number one, not wise to get on social media and subliminally call out unfit to that she was allowing the boys to wear same dirty clothes, and a teacher said some things too. That is true. I forgot that part. He said that the school is who reported her, that the boys were coming to school 4 days in a row straight, wearing the same clothes. They ain't eating. They're not bathing. I mean, it was just a lot he was saying. For him not to want to bash her, he was saying a lot. And they were hungry. That was the other thing. Hungry on some days. Guess what? No findings of that. He brought to court his receipts, and so did April. But the court heard, examined, and saw evidence of too much of exploitation. In other words, there was something that the judge saw as a huge red flag. Now, nobody in their right mind want to hinder a good dad from seeing his children, but he was put on supervised visits. There is a reason why. The judge saw a red flag. April has time now to bond with her boys, and she refused at times and blocked by the father. So that's the other thing. They're saying that you know, she would make comments. She would say things in the chat, and it would be like, oh, look at my babies, or oh, yes, they're smart, or, just giving them compliments. And he would delete the comments because if they saw that, they might not help him as much, especially if people believe that the mother wasn't in their life, right? He has every right to fight for more time, but he has used social media, in my own observation, to subliminally target April as being non-caring, and that's not true. April has loved her sons from day one. They are running, jumping, and having fun, and not in harm's way, being with their siblings. Also, he can never, ever have them on social media in that way again. Just have a regular 9 to 5 job or go into your own personal business, but take care of your sons. Again, great interview. Thank you very much for that. So a lot of the response is much like that, where people were dropping more tea. Every time I turned around, there was another something else that was dropping. The other thing, when he came on the show, I mentioned that like I said, right before he came, I got a message telling me that, that she had been put out, right? And that's what she was saying. And he said, no, that's not true. There was something else, and I just lost my train of thought just that fast. But one that she was put out, that was one thing that we didn't know. I'm sure it'll come back to me. I'll come back to it. So let me just jump over here though. So I'm gonna unshare this, and then I want you guys to see my interaction with him. So, after he interviewed and everything, this past Wednesday when I noticed he went live about 3 or 4 days ago. I didn't watch that video. I have the video here though, so that you and I can kind of speed through it. But hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. So I noticed that he had gone live. I didn't watch the video, but I could tell he was telling people that his visitation, that 1 hour visitation, had been removed. Okay, so he no longer has that. So once I saw he was announcing that, I sent him a message. So I'm gonna share our thingamajig. Oh, thank you, Danielle. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. All right, let me share up. Hold on. I kind of want to. I want to share this without. Hold on. Oh, Suki. I got the link. Okay, hold on. I don't want to hold on, somebody, or y'all rather. Let me see something. Ah, it worked. Okay, so we'll come back and check this out. Got the link to the page, y'all. See, we're going on a little field trip tonight. Okay, all right. So let me now I wanted to show y'all our DM messages, but I don't think I can without showing my DMs. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. How can I do this? I didn't think about that. Hold on. Huh. Okay. I'm just going to have to read it to you guys because if I show you, it'll open up. You'll be able to see my inbox, and I don't want to do that. Okay. So I reached out to him to say, "Hi, Jerron. I've received several emails and comments regarding the status of your case. Many details conflict with things you shared during our interview. I wanted to know if you would like to respond to these reports. I plan to discuss these details, but wanted to give you an opportunity to respond. You are free to come on the show again, or you can provide a statement here for me to share on the show." And I say, here's a sample of what has been stated. Okay, so let's see, can I pull that up? Okay, I'm gonna read this one to you. This was one of the because I screenshotted a comment in particular to give him a sample of what people were saying. So this was one of the comments. It said, "Many people have turned against him because they found out that he was lying. It would behoove him to read the court. Wait. It would behoove me, to read the court transcripts of this custody case. This man used and abused these boys, lied on their mother, kept them away. I remember what it was that I want to share. I think it might be here. Uh, had to do with that car. So we'll talk about that in a minute. This man used and abused these boys, lied on their mother, kept them away from their mom, even though they were mandated to share joint custody. He failed two court ordered drug tests, spent every dime those boys made on social media, and now has nothing to show for it. The mom has never, not once, spoke ill of him, yet he continues to lie on and about her. And I might add that all the lies he told on her have been proven in court to be untrue. You should definitely learn the truth before you continue to bash the mom. This man is a habitual liar and will say anything to get people to feel sorry for him and donate money to him. Mm-hmm. Now, I hope, I'm just reading that for the first time. I know she didn't think I was bad mouthing mother because I was telling him something don't sound right with this story. You know what I mean? Then she says, he has lost his 1 day a week visitation, as well as his appeal to get the boys back. The money he is now asking you to donate to him is so he can continue. Oh, you know what? I think that person was responding to another person in the chat that was taken up for him, because there were a few people that were taking up for him, saying how wonderful of a father he was, and they need to be back home with him and that sort of thing. So this person was responding to one of those people, and that's why they're saying you should read the transcripts, right? So, and talking about how he wants you to donate money to him. So she says, the money he is now asking you to donate to him is so he can continue to make ends meet, since he no longer has the boys to support him. Read and know the truth and don't make assumptions. And I agree completely with that, right? So I sent him that as an example. And so he says, I'm not into responding to gossip. If you want, you should get the transcripts from court, or you can watch the special that's coming on ABC World News. Yes, my day was illegally taken away. Illegally. Really? Illegally taken away. During the status hearing, the new judge used the temporary order and made it final, which is totally illegal without a motion to have my rights removed. Is it illegal? Is it? Which is totally illegal without a motion to have my rights removed. But you're still worrying about gossip. No, sir, we don't want gossip. Gossip is what you were over here doing. When you told us about the men that she was with before you and after you, about the dudes and what she dealt with the guy she dated, one of the guys in particular, you telling us that she never had a driver's license and that she didn't have an education, and that you met her on the street. Because I said, where did you meet her? He said, on the street. I said, what you mean you met her on the street? I felt like that didn't sound right. And I know that. So I said, what do you mean on the street? He said, well, she was standing outside the club. I said, oh, so you met her on the club? He was like, no, I wasn't at the club. I was walking down the street and she was standing outside the club. I was with my friend and we were walking to my apartment and she was outside the club. I said, and you picked her up? So he be killing me, child. Anyway, So he says that when I was asking questions about why did this lady leave and why did she feel the need to leave at the time she did, and I asked him specifically, did you all ever have a physical altercation? He said no. And I said, Then as time went on, he says, well, there was a neighbor that saw her hitting on me. I said, what you mean hitting on you when? He said, the night she left. I said, so that's a physical altercation. The hell? I don't know who these aunties are that been supporting this fool, but you need to ask some questions, aunties. Anywho, so in a way that only V. Lenore could, I responded, and I said back to him, this isn't gossip. You are admitting that what is stated is factual. So when you state your truth, it isn't gossip. But when the facts aren't in your favor, it's gossip. Apparently, you want people to support you blindly. If people don't have all of the details, they cannot make an informed decision. The things you shared about the twins' mother was gossip. You talked about her love life, being uneducated, not having a driver's license, and etc. But you didn't share that you failed multiple drug tests and that the 1 hour weekly visit was revoked. I also have text messages showing that you asked their mother to change her story regarding being kicked out of the home. So and I'll come back to that, about being kicked out, to preserve your image so that the boys' page would not be ruined. And let me be clear about this. I'm not making an assumption as to why he told her not to share that story. In the text messages have him saying that you have to stop saying I kicked you out, because you know that story will ruin the boy's page. Not stop lying. Why are you telling that lie? You know what happened that night and No, none of that. What he said was, you gotta stop saying that because it's gonna mess up the money. Now that's what he said, y'all. I read that. Now I have those text messages. I read it. Okay. So, and I brought it up to him. Anyway, if you would like to clear any of this up, you are welcome to come back and address these things. I will send you a notification once the live stream is set up. It's up to you. So he didn't respond immediately, but he came back and he responded and says, I'm going to paraphrase because verbatim it says, much so success with your little show. Okay. I think he meant good luck or so much. I don't know what he meant. I think he meant good luck or whatever, child. But he's saying, with your little show. Okay. My little show. Blessings. You're not going to make a come up off of my sons and I. No, sir, you did that already. You are the one who made a come up off your sons. They 6 and they could retire. I mean, this is crazy. But you worried about me? Dude, now here's the thing about that. This is what's funny about that. My little show was good enough for you to come on and beg. My little show wasn't all that little or too little when you came on here fake crying and test the lying. It was a little show. You're right. It is small but mighty enough. And you saw it as an opportunity. Now, here's the thing. What I have noticed with those 2 million subscribers over there on Facebook, you're not getting a whole lot of support over there. As a matter of fact, let me show you what else I've seen. Because we gonna talk about my little show. But hold on one second. Let me share my screen with you here. So he's got this this GoFundMe up, right? Because he needs money. He needs y'all's money so he can get his sons back. All right. He needs y'all's money. And now this man has 2 million people. 2 million people supporting him. He's asking for $100,000. He's got 2 million people supporting him. And this GoFundMe has been up since August 19th, 2024. You want to tell me why 2 billion people can't come up with 100,000? And instead, in the last 3 to 4 months, all you guys 14,000? Huh? Is that why you didn't have no problems coming over here to my little show? Huh? Maybe that's why. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm just saying. Is that maybe that's why my show wasn't too little then? Okay, because now right now we got 174 people in the chat. I want to say we probably had 200 people the night he came on here. But let me show you something about my little show, my little channel, and whatnot. Let's go back real quick. I want to show you something. Okay, I gotta show y'all something. I want you to see something. All right. Back to my interview with him. Okay. My little show, we had 200 people in the chat at the time. But if you notice, it has 11,000 views on it. So the people are interested in what's going on with you, Jerron, but it seems like they're on to the bullshit of it all. Okay. That's what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like to me. Okay. And let me show you something else. So let me show you this. So this is the video I said I saw that he put up. And oh, you can't tell from there. Let me show you from another view. Because I downloaded it just in case you want to delete it or hide it while I'm live, in case you're in the clouds. Because we need to watch a little of it, see what you're saying. Hold on. All right, because he just put up this video 4 days ago. And because I downloaded it, I can't show you the number of views on it. But let me show it to you guys. Oh, wait, hold on, stop there. Okay. So this is the video he posted 4 days ago with his 2 million subscribers. 2 million. Okay. 200,000 over here on YouTube. Let me see. On YouTube, these are YouTube videos. So he's got, oh, this is 160 subscribers. Wait, what's going on? This is a new channel? Why is there only 160 subscribers? Hold on. Huh. Is this a new channel? Maybe it is. But here's the thing. If you got 2 million subscribers on Facebook, why doesn't this video have more than 4,000 views? But my little channel And my little interview that I did with you, little man, has 11,000 views. I'm gonna need you to make this make sense, sir. Okay. I'm gonna need you to make it make sense. Okay. Um, so yeah, that part. So all right. So now let's get back into it. Wait a minute. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat though. I'm sorry, because I've been rambling since I came. Oh, so let me tell you the other thing that I forgot to tell you earlier. Um, so he mentioned during the interview about having purchased this car. Remember, I mentioned the Range Rover, and he says that when the case worker came to the house, they saw the Range Rover, and they said, "Oh, you must be exploiting the kids because you have a Range Rover." Because he said that's how she came up with that. Okay. Come to find out, he mentioned about his car being stolen, and that he came out and he asked, now there's two problems with this story. It just didn't dawn on me in the moment, but there's two problems with this story. He said that his car was stolen, and he came out here, I guess, and he told the aunties, the internet aunties, about his issue, and they contributed towards him getting a new car. The first thing with that it didn't even dawn on me in the moment, but if it was stolen, why would you need money from the people on YouTube or the people on Facebook? Why would you need money if you have insurance? Because he did say that he used to have a car before they got this channel. He had a $100,000 vehicle. So if it was insured, why would his subscribers need to give him extra money, especially when you have a thriving channel? That's the first thing. All right. But from my understanding, allegedly, they say that the mother showed proof that the car was not stolen, that it was in fact repossessed. And when he came out here telling the audience that it was stolen, that was a lie to get money. A mess. So, anywho, before we get into this video, all right, I done went in for an hour and 15 minutes and we ain't started the video, okay? But let me see what y'all saying in the chat here. Ooh, Simply Silver, and I went up a little bit because I want to make sure I didn't miss too much. So, Simply Silver said he talked about her like she is a low life and doesn't want to do anything. Danielle said, that is simply cruel to put a young boy and his mother out in the middle of the night in the snow, a 7-year-old. The other thing I was asking, how old is this woman? But let me see, because I went into HR for a reason, because I ain't good in math. Okay. I knew I needed to do something that was going to allow me to appeal to a person's to their intellectual side outside of math, maybe studying a little human behavior, being able to motivate and incentivize and that sort of thing. But when it came to numbers, I was never good at that. But let me just understand this. So he was saying, hold on one second. So basically, this lady right now is 36 years old. The boys are 6 years old right now. So that means here she was, let's say, what was that, 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago? She was just 32. He was closer to 40. Okay, so here he is too. He's an older man. He's had a career at this point. He's basically in charge of the purse strings, and he wants to control the situation. That's the way I see it. Now I don't know this to be the case, but this is my opinion, and I would say allegedly he was probably trying to be very controlling. Who knows what happened that night? Who knows what he said, and when he put her out, maybe he changed his mind or thought he put her out, maybe that was to scare her. And he never maybe imagined that she would stay gone, because the text messages that I have that originally were shared with me, they say that she's saying to him, look, because he says to her in the text messages, you should really consider coming back. And she was like, I can't come back. She was like, because too much has happened. And she's like, my son was traumatized being put out like that. And she said there's too much that he has seen and that the twins had seen. And the twins were only a year and a half at that time. But see, it's a lot easier if she comes back, because one, he probably didn't know what that was going to look like with her leaving out when she did. Because from what I understand, she used to be a part of some of the videos and stuff. And so was the older child. And I actually did come across a photo. I'm not going to put it up though. But I did see a photo of her with all the kids. And so her oldest child looks like the twins look like him. And then she has a younger child now too. And so they look like brothers. They're definitely brothers, and they're all adorable. And I'm sure that was hard. That baby was 7 years old. Basically, that child was the same age then as those twins are right about now. And so anywho. Now, I will say this. After he sent me that little nasty little, you ain't gonna come up off of me and my sons. Do you know, magically, out of nowhere, I got another DM with another set of text messages from some woman who wanted to, I guess, prove to me that Jerron was a good guy. Okay. Now, I said, if we don't get to that tonight, trust and believe, my little channel needs a come up. Okay. And since there's 2 million subscribers over there that need a place to go, because they evidently aren't going to your GoFundMe, and they don't seem to be coming over there to that page no more. They need some place to go. So let me make sure I come back out here again, and maybe I'll unload those text messages and what he thought that was going to prove, but it showed me something else instead. Yeah, and we can spend some time on that Facebook page and figure out what the hell they're saying over there that they've discovered. Let's do that, because I ain't got nothing else to do. And my little page need help. Okay. So yeah, anywho, let's look at these messages real quick, and then we'll get into this video. And if we don't finish this video tonight, which we probably won't, I can piece this bad boy up, and we can come back out here and do that tomorrow too. Okay. I'm just saying. Wait a minute. Simply Silver said, it's a little show now that he couldn't manipulate you, V. He tried. He really tried. He got in his fifis, y'all. Got in his whole fifis. Oh, and Miss Eula, you said some things, honey, over there. I was like paying attention in the comment section. Oh, and I happened to notice, because I went back and I was listening to our interview, and you were saying things in the chat and I didn't pick up on, but you were dropping tea in the chat. So what'd you say? What you just read is the truth, and I could tell you so much more. That's what it was, that you would really be shocked. Eula, baby, I would love to hear it because I didn't notice your comment until I was rewatching it. And you said, if I understand, didn't you? And I don't want to get you mixed up with anybody else, but didn't you say you used to be on the phone with him? So I'm guessing there was a whole back chat or Discord that was happening behind the scenes with some of the aunties. And I believe you said in the chat something like you used to talk to him. Girl, I wish you would. I wish you would shock me, honey. Tell me it all. Cause my little channel need help. Okay. Sheesh. Uh, let's see. Love to shop said his narcissistic ass likes to belittle folk, especially women. I noticed. I noticed that. Hmm. Wait, what you say? Prominent woman. He needs to start using rosemary treatment on that hairline because it looked like it moved since V's interview. A mess. Y'all funny. Um, let me make sure I ain't missing too much. Cause y'all, look, another thing about me, I love to go back and listen to the show and go back and read the chat. So just because I may miss it right now, don't think I won't catch it in the playback. And if y'all say something in this damn chat that I need to bring up the next time we come live about this dude, trust me, we're gonna bring it up then. Lady Bella said, controlling older man with younger woman who has less education. He felt that he had leverage over her. Yep, that's what I think. Yeah, he does say this a lot, Miss Eula. He did not have 2 billion people. He did at one time have 1 million. A lot was young children and from foreign countries. Oh, really? You think he was buying some of them people? Interesting. All I know is from what I can tell over there, he does do these panel discussions. I don't know if he's always hosting them or if someone else is, but he's doing these weird little skits, if you will, painting it out as if he's a victim and that, everybody's against him and that sort of thing. Just a mess. Yes, spill the beans. Spill the beans, Miss Eula. Honey, I will drop this link. When we go live tomorrow, I'll drop the link and you can come tell us anything you want to tell us, child. Be happy to hear it. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to play a little bit of this tonight because it has already been an hour and a half. And this is a 30-minute video. We're not going to, first and foremost, I have to stop it as a part of YouTube guidelines. I have to stop periodically. So we'll never get through it at this rate, but I will definitely will get through some of it maybe now. And then tomorrow we can plan to come out and look at this. I'm going to tell y'all everything that came out in those messages that I got the first time and the messages I got yesterday from the person who thought they were taken up for him, but it just proved the manipulation, if you ask me, in the text messages. She also sent me the police report from this woman's ex-boyfriend, and I would never put that out because one, it has this woman, all her information on there, all of her information. Then this man that she was with, who I'm not protecting his ass, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. And to me, it's irrelevant in many ways, but sent me all this information about that woman and her ex-boyfriend and the situation that they found themselves in. And I'm not saying the woman wasn't abused by other men, but what I do know is a lot of times a woman will attract the same type of man over and over and over until she learns a lesson, until she's grown, until she's whole. So it would not surprise me that if she was in an abusive relationship before him and after him, why would I not believe that he too would not be abusive? Especially if the woman is saying that she was kicked out in the middle of the night with her 7-year-old. And then you paint it as if she just walked out of the house because she was never a nurturing person. This is what you said, sir. So talk about gossip. You did nothing but gossip about that woman and her business that had absolutely nothing to do about you and her. You wanted to focus and deflect on everybody else instead of yourself and your responsibility, which is now why you can't even see your own kids. But you had the great home and you were paying for this private school. And, you act like those were things that's most important. No, obviously it's not. Obviously it's not. And now these boys get to be with their brothers and their mother after you denied her allegedly from seeing them and being fully in their life in the way in which, you all agreed or you made others believe that you would. So bullshit. So we'll start this off just to see where this goes. And and then we'll let's see what all he's saying, child. And let me make sure I put this up. I am activating fair use. So, Jerron Hurtt, I'm sure you are the man who has much more experience than me out here in these social media streets. So, don't try to play me and think that I'm not going to activate fair use, sir. Yes, you cannot strike my channel, sir, because under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, for comment, for news reporting, yepers, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. And that's what we're doing here on tonight. Okay? So, yeah, that ain't gonna work. So, let's get into it now. Let's see what how hurt Mr. Hurt is in this here moment. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I shared this properly, y'all. So y'all can hear. There we go. Yeah. All right. Here, we're going to put his behind over there. Yeah. Y'all ain't got to see him that much. Well, we might, if we see, if he starts crying, we'll need to make it larger to see if we can see them tears. Okay. I'm just saying. Let's check.
Gone. A big part of me is gone. My parental rights have been taken away because of family court. I haven't seen my sons in weeks. I've been calling them for over a month now, probably, and get no response. And the family courts are allowing this. The family courts are promoting this.
The family courts saw fit to do this. There's a difference. Okay? They saw fit to do this, sir, for a reason. And instead of following the instruction of the court, you decided to do what you wanted to do, and you didn't think that a fat meat is greasy. Evidently, you didn't know fat meat is greasy, Jerron. Okay?
I was on the news with WSA 9. I was on the Dr. Rashad Ritchie show. Dr. Rashad Ritchie, who's if I'm not mistaken, a lawyer, but he read over my opinion that was done by the judge and said there was no way that I was accused of exploitation, or there was no way I exploited my children.
Now, I have not been able to find this interview with Dr. Rashad Ritchie, which I actually like Rashad Ritchie. But I have not found this interview. And I don't know, is from what I have seen of Mr. Ritchie, I've never thought that he was a fool. So I would find it hard to believe that he would make such an assumption based upon a few of your little video clips that are on your social media pages. Again, no one knows what's going on in that house. And just because you show us some, let me tell you something. There are kids in Hollywood right now who are abused and being touched inappropriately and treated all kinds of which ways that they should not be treated. And they're actors and they come out here. Little kids come out here and know how to put on a face and pretend for a brief period of time so that they can do a job. Why would your kids be any different? I'm not saying that those types of things happened in your home, but what I'm saying is nobody knows what's going on in a home. And if you think the proof that you're a great father is simply because we saw some videos of y'all on YouTube or Facebook, you sound crazy. You sound like a fool. Because if that is the case, then you wouldn't need any court system. Y'all wouldn't need to go to court because your videos would have just proved that you're a great father. Why? Because they're videos. But that's not how the courts work. They do investigations. They go out and visit. They talk to the children and they know how to ask the questions. They know how often to ask them and how they know what they are doing, sir. They are smarter than you in this way because this is their job and they know that there are some real groomers out here. I'm not talking about you, sir. I'm not calling you that. I'm saying that there are some real evil groomers out here that mistreat children on a daily, and those kids know how to act when they are in front of other people. And yet and still, out of fear, they try to make sure that people don't get a clue as to what's going on in their homes. But even those kids cannot fool these psychologists and psychiatrists and social workers who do this for a living. They know exactly how to ask a question and how often to pose it and when to do it. They know exactly what they are doing, sir. So I'm sorry. We can't go based upon your little videos on your big ass channel. Okay. My little ass show, it understands that. Okay. Let's listen.
He spoke about how I gave my sons, all of me, the best education, lived in the best community, was able to be a father 24/7. My life was my son's, and that's been taken away from me. The judge was removed off of my case, and I thought that was a glimmer of hope. I'm like, this is a total blessing. But they used that judge, another judge, to reinforce what the first judge said. And this time I went to court with a lawyer. So thank you all that's been donating to the GoFundMe. It's still there. And of course, that's been spent on, of course, lawyers.
Boy, bye. Just stop it with the shaky voice and the shaky body and the. Who's the real actor? Huh? Is he going up for an Oscar, Tony, an Emmy? What's he up for? How long has he been doing this thing? This acting gig he's on? Huh? I'm not impressed. I am not impressed, sir. Nope, not me.
But we went there and they talked about child support. Not to mind you that I've raised my son since birth.
I'm not
and
laughing.
Never asked for a penny from anyone. And their tuition alone in 1 month was more than I received. But the judge, we had no trial. It was just child support. My lawyer said, Judge, this was a temporary order. We have to have litigation. We have to have trial. And the judge refused to give us a chance to speak. I didn't even get to go to the table. Both lawyers and the guardian ad litem were there.
Mm-hmm.
while I sat in the back
Mm-hmm.
and just waited.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They literally took the temporary order and made it final.
Mm-hmm.
That's illegal. You
Sis,
have to have at least a motion
who?
for the other side to say that they want full custody.
Sir, who told you this? Is that what your attorney told you? Because to me, I don't think that's correct. Who said that they needed a motion? The judge is making the call. What is we talking about? Where's Eve B when I need her? I need Eve B to tell me. Is this true? I don't think you have to have a damn motion. It was already a temporary situation, and the judge said, to hell with it. Child, let's listen.
But that didn't even happen.
No.
The judge said the previous judge already made that order,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the order he was going by.
Okay. Yeah.
My lawyer explained how unjust it was, how that only had the 90-day visitation, and I no longer have any more visitation. And he said that's not his problem. I did an appeal before, and I can do another appeal again. No, I don't.
Yes, Love to Shop. Hold on, wait a minute. Love to Shop said he knows more than the judge. Yeah, the judge, who, by the way, no, not one judge, but two. Okay. These judges who went to law school and things. Okay, they passed the bar. They probably practiced for a few years, then became judges. I don't know how long either one of them had been a judge, but I still would venture to say they know more about how the law works than he does. So stop with the bullshit, sir. We're not doing it.
Boys, I call the boys daily, every single day, and I get no answer.
Uh-huh.
They no longer go to their private school. I don't even know what school they go to. Like, I'm not the only father that's going through this. This is happening in family courts, but no one wants to share the video, so we can start exposing what's going on here.
What video?
You guys seen me raise my sons, love my sons, give all of me to my sons.
Here goes the shit.
And they taking that away. We have rights. I didn't do anything bad to my sons. There was never any allegations against me with my sons, but the court didn't like the way that I provided for my sons. You understand?
Yes, we do.
They used their discretion to say that I'm a bad dad because I gave my sons more than the average child had, but they didn't like the way I did it. California just passed something the other day where a child can be on social media all they want. It's going on in every state. Family.
Hold on. My name is Doc. Look, y'all. Look, the subject matter is not funny. Okay? It's not funny. But we have to find humor in it somewhere. And this fool right here, my name is not girl, said he sounds like a Terry McMillan character, only male.
Vlogs. Everyone is doing this now. And the only thing California is asking just is for the child to have a trust fund. When a mother gets child support, they don't say, well, are you spending that whatever amount of money just on the child? It goes to the home, correct? Well, our money came into the home and my sons had their stuff and their education and food, travel, everything we did. I took care of my sons. There's nothing that daddy, that I got for myself. It was
Sir, you went and got a Range Rover. Sir, you got bigger houses every year for the last 4 years. Sir, was that necessary? Why did they? I mean, you claim they went to a prestigious private school, and that is wonderful, right? However, is that what's most important? Like, aren't there other schools, maybe suburban schools that are public schools, even that are suburban schools that might give a really good education too? Aren't there, maybe there are other private schools that didn't cost quite as much, or maybe you didn't need to have a Range Rover. Maybe you could have lived a more modest lifestyle. Maybe you could get a job, and maybe you guys could still make the videos. But if all of the funds that the boys are earning are going to the expenses and nothing is being saved, there's the difference. Why should 6-year-olds be paying for the household? Like, do you know the danger in doing that? Like, there's so many dangers with that because God forbid, see, a lot of times too, the more you get, the more you want. And so you saw with a little effort what kind of money that brought in. So it means maybe with more effort, you get more money. Who's to say where you will stop pushing it? But if you had a job, or if you were at least living off of only a portion of the money, that's one thing. That's not the same as child support. See, because with child support, the support is going to the family, right? But what you were doing is you were pimping the kids for your expenses to be paid. For lack of a better word. And I don't want to, I know that sounds like a harsh way of putting things, especially in light of all that's happening in the world right now. But, sir, that is exploitation because you're forcing these kids to do what you're not even willing to do. And that is go to work. Now, you got to make that make sense. So you didn't have to have a Range Rover. You didn't have to do all these other things, but you did all those things and you wanted more of the same. And you thought you can come out here and justify it and say, well, it's just like child support, or you all see how great of a father I am, or, no, sir. No, I can't. I'm sorry. And all this fake ass crying all the time. Come on. Why do you purposely? Because this is the thing. After a while, it got to be a point where it felt like you waited until you were about to cry to go live. Like, it makes no sense, sir. Let's give him a few more minutes, y'all, child.
My home, my children, providing for them. They say that I use our money for our financial gain. And my children, like, I just left my children out. My children got everything that they needed, everything that they wanted. They got me at every school function. They got everything that they needed. I need you to share this video and get this out.
You know who he sounds like? He sounds like a cross between Terrence Howard and Jay-Z, that shaky ass boy. Listen to him, y'all. Let me go back just a taste, a hair. Listen to him and see if he don't sound like Terrence Howard and Jay-Z. Listen.
For them. They say that I use our money for our financial gain. And my children, like, I just left my children out. My children got everything that they needed.
Listen, wait.
Everything that they wanted. They got me at every school function. They got everything that they needed. I need you to share this video and get this out.
Boy, bye.
I don't want to talk about it too much,
You know,
but look up the word title, number 4, and then D as in dog.
Wait a minute. He don't want to talk about it too much. He's 6 minutes in and he gonna talk for another 32 more minutes, but he don't want to talk about it. Damn it. Why are y'all making this man come out here and Terrence Howard y'all's asses? Huh? Why do y'all make him do this? Why is he trying to audition for the next role as Jay-Z? Okay? In the story of Puff Daddy, he gonna play the part of Jay-Z. Or maybe he wants to be Lucius Lyons in the Broadway version of Empire. I don't know what he thought. But that is what he is out here doing, y'all. And you are not right for forcing him to do it. Damn it. I can't.
And you'll start to see how, when this happens, how the federal government and the state makes money off of it.
Oh, Lord.
And now, as many allegations have been put on the other parent, and CPS has been called on them, and nothing has been done, Now I have no rights.
No, you.
So now CPS is called again. What's going to happen now?
First of all, how do we know that you ain't calling CPS line on them? Because see, here's the thing. What I do know, I have seen people get CPS called on them out here on YouTube, just out here on social media, and I've never once heard that somebody's kids being snatched out of the home based on lies. The only time some kids may have gotten snatched out of a home is if there's been proof that there's been some stuff going on in the home that was reported. So all this, they were called on by these people, and then these people called on them too. And how do you know who's calling on them? That's what I want to know. How do you know that? I don't think CPS typically tells folks who called in and told. But you seem to know it was the school, it was these folks, and everybody's calling, reporting them. And yet the kids still ain't with you. Well, that tells me all I need to know, because I know they come right on out here and they go right on over to that house and they investigate and they talk to those kids and they look at the home and they talk to anybody they need to talk to before they make a determination. But no, not in your situation. There's more than what meets the eye. Let you tell it. Or is that what you're saying? I don't know what you're saying, because what you're saying doesn't make sense, sir. But all right, Terrence, go ahead.
Now they're going to take my boys.
No.
Do you see how the system is worked?
Your voice is shaky. Okay, nobody took it, right? Your little shaky ass voice is still over there shaking. That fake ass crying that everybody is tired of hearing. All right? We wish somebody would take your damn voice so you could stop all this bullshitting. Stop it.
I need your help. I need you to tag every news station, every lawyer that you know.
Okay. What's that gonna do?
Celebrity, go donate to GoFundMe, whatever. Like, we need your help.
Okay, no.
It's just not right. You see me as a father. You see me raise my son.
We saw it.
It wasn't just videos. We were live.
Huh?
We would go for walks, everything. We pray together. We love together. Like we love each other.
Okay.
It's nothing fake. It was no skits. It was just a part of our life.
Oh,
the same way my
what
uncle.
made you say that? Ain't no skits. You know there was skits. Let me tell y'all this too. We're gonna come back. We're gonna finish this tomorrow, okay? Because I'm not gonna be out here all night with this foolishness, okay? Not with him. But tomorrow we're gonna come back and we're gonna listen to the rest of this video. Yep, we're gonna do that. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me see how far he's gonna go.
When we were younger, every cookout, every church function, whatever, every uncle had the camcorder on their shoulder. We have thousands of VHS tapes of my childhood. And I just wanted the same for my sons.
But when they were putting that VHS tape and putting it in and recording the family functions, were they taking said VHS tape and selling it to the world so that they could make money off of y'all? No, but that's exactly what your videos do. Hello? That's exactly what your videos do. Wait a minute. Let's go on real quick. Let me listen a little more, then I'll come back to what I wanted to say.
And the family court systems have taken it all away. Even the memories, I had to delete all of that stuff online.
It's like
those memories I'll never get back. I used to sit down, you know what I mean, and cuddle up with my boys and just watch.
What do you mean you had to delete them? You had to take them off of YouTube, but you damn sure didn't have to delete them, right? Because you have copies of them. Don't you have a YouTube studio? You mean you just delete? You didn't back them up to a hard drive, sir? Jerron, stop with the bullshit. Okay, you're full of it. Now you're annoying me. Okay, now you are annoying me.
You know, their second birthday, their baptism. I mean, not baptism. They're Christian. What is it? When they're Christian, when they were Christian. The first time I took them skating. Like, it's not okay.
Okay.
When are we going to start stand up to these people and tell them like they just can't do this any longer?
Mm.
Like, they're literally violating our rights
Whose?
because of their discretion.
Baby. Uh-oh. Miss Eula, tomorrow, honey. What time you free, Miss Eula? Um, Miss Eula, I will come out here and go live tomorrow evening. How's 8 p.m. your time, Miss Eula? I'm more than happy to come on out here and talk to you. Okay. I want to hear it. I want to know it all because we got things to talk about. There's so much more to talk about. So I'm 8 minutes in. We got 30 more minutes of this video. I'm not going to even listen to any more of it tonight. Anything I forgot to say tonight, I'm going to say it tomorrow. If I don't say it tomorrow, I'll say it the next damn day. Miss Eula going to come over here. She probably got some stuff to tell me too. Oh, this is what I was going to tell you. I knew it would remind me. When I got that surprise DM yesterday after he said I'm not going to come up off of him and da. Okay. And that, he didn't want to gossip, right? And I'm focused on the gossip. Okay. Well, all right. If that's the way you put it. Is that why your friend sent me those text messages that you thought was going to expose the mother when I really saw through your bullshit? Okay, we'll get into those. But this is the other part. I told you about the police report between the mother and her ex-boyfriend. Okay, that's another thing. But he don't like gossip, but he wanted to send me that. But here's the third thing. He also sent, or she did, a video of him in the car with his boys. You can't see the boys on camera. He's taping it without them knowing, I guess, and basically recording what they're saying about their mother or being in the house or that kind of thing. And my question was thinking, was this on his channel? But I could tell the positioning of where the phone is. You can't really see anything until a certain part. That you can tell at some point he finally like turns it so you can see him. And he sent me that video, which made me, or she did. My thought was, if this wasn't on his channel, which it wasn't, and he isn't the person that sent it to me, which maybe he wasn't, how did this lady get the video? Why would he send that video to people that may or may not even be their business to know? Now, I know he thought that by sending me that video, that was somehow going to be some sort of proof. It just told me, again, more about you than it ever proved what you thought it was going to show me about her. No, sir. I'm on to your bullshit, and I'm not impressed, okay? All right, you guys. Let me see what you guys are saying in here. What you say? Shell said, that voice been annoying. Sir, you can't talk like that unless you have Jay-Z money or Terrence Howard money for that matter, okay? Ooh, wait, come up off of him. Yes, he did a Nesto. Okay, he said, I'm trying to come up off him. Yeah, you got here late, Shell. Girl, he has said that I ain't gonna come up off him and his boys, my little show. That's what he has said, Shell. So I said, well, with them 2 million subscribers with no place to go, obviously my little show needs help. So let me focus on him. Okay. Let me focus on Nesto and him for now and Diddy. Okay. My hands are full at that point. All right. All I got time for is Nesto, Diddy, and Doolittle, whatever the hell, whoever he is. Okay. Shit, I'm done with it. All right. For tonight. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you, everybody. um, thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. Thank you for everyone who hit the like. And if you didn't hit the like button, surely you're going to do it now, right? On the way out, please. Okay. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you for everyone who came out tonight. Please share this live. Okay. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And by the way, we are less than 90 people, subscribers away from 7,000 subscribers. So my little show can use all of the help we can get. All right. So thank you, everyone. I love you to pieces, and ain't nothing, not a damn thing you can do about it. All right. Until I see you tomorrow. Smooches.